There's someone pretending to be my sister downstairs in my house. It has her voice, but I don't think it's really her. Bye, Eddie, my mother calls up from downstairs. I take my rightmost headphones off my ear, and I pick up the sound of general bustle in the downstairs hallway. I hear my dad and my sister laughing to each other as coats are taken from the rack. Bye, I called back, keeping my eyes fixed on the screen. The game goes on. Are you sure you don't want to come? My mom calls. It could be fun. Fun family outing. I roll my eyes. I'm good, Mom. Bye. My sister calls out too. Come on, Eddie. Don't sit around the house like a loser all day. Goodbye, I shouted down again. Alright, see you soon, my mom replies. Later, loser, Louise calls. Though it's good-natured, really. We do get on. I can hear my mom gently chiding her. Though I can't make out the words, I sure do recognize that tone though. As they were leaving, their voices faded out and the footsteps softened. The door was drawn to a close. I hear the sound of my mom locking the door behind her. Awesome. Some peace, at last. Don't have to worry about anyone barging in and interrupting me anymore. I tap away at the keys, explosion rattling my ears as I navigate through the environment, fully engrossed, muscle tense as I do my best. At last, bringing the round to a close, I clap my hands in victory and lean back, the chair squeaking as I do so. I slide off my headphones and take a moment to revel in the victory. Listening to the soft patter of rain against the window, the day is gray and overcast. Wind sighs gently in the trees on the street outside. I glance at the clock. Damn, it's already been an hour already. How time just flies. I spin around my chair, drumming my fingers against my desk. I catch a quick reflection of myself in the screen as it loads. Sat at my computer, just like you probably are right now. Or maybe you're on your phone. Same difference. Connected, engaged, and yet, for now, alone. The rain patters, and the game freezes. The loading circle becomes stuck mid-turn. I try to shake the mouse, but that too has become frozen. Fuck's sake, I muttered, tapping the escape key. As I was going for a Control-Alt-Delete to close the program, I suddenly hear a noise from downstairs. Sounded like a cupboard door being shut. Instantly, I find myself suppressing a wave of panic. It's fascinating, really, how quickly one's level of alertness can change. All my senses are primed, and I'm hyper-aware of the sound of my breathing, the beating of my heart. Maybe it's just imagination. Maybe the sound was something else. Did it come from outside? But as I listen, it comes again. Another cupboard, and then what sounds like the fridge. It's okay. Don't panic. Don't panic. Serial killers don't go looking through cupboards and fridges, do they? I creep to my door and slowly, gently, steady ease it open, slipping out into the corridor and tiptoeing to the banister of the stairs, listening out for some more clues. I hold my breath, and then, as I hear water starting to flow into the sink, I allow myself to relax a little. Killers don't wash their hands before murder. What would be the point? I am summoning up the courage to call down when I hear a voice calls up first. All my tensions are relaxed at once, as the voice is my sister's. Hi, Eddie. I've got some food for you down here. I call back. Oh, great. Did you stop at the cookie place on your way back? Please tell me you got the caramel ones. There is a pause. Come down and see, she replies, as I hear stuff being moved around the counter. Alright, give me a sec, I shouted down, heading back into my room to force to restart my computer, and I take a look at the clock. I think to myself, they haven't been out very long. I wonder why they came back. Maybe the rain? I pressed and held down the power button, then returned to my door to the top of the stairs. "How come you guys came back so early?" I called out. There is no response. The door to my parents' room is open. I glance through it to see the rain washing gently down the window at the room's far side. For some reason, unknown to me at this stage, unease crept quietly into the back of my head. "Louise," I called down, still hesitating by the banisters. "Where's Mom and Dad?" There's another silence. I walk to the length of the hallway, passing by a little window to the street outside. My parents' car, it would seem, has not returned. I continue on until I stood on the top of the stairs, looking down into the hall below. The lights are still all switched off, and an unsettling aura seeps from the steps from the shadow beneath. "Come on down, Eddie," hums my sister's voice from somewhere unseen. The kitchen, I think. "Come see what I have for you." I cannot hear the sounds of the cupboards now. There's no rustling, no movement, and no object or bags or jingling keys. My sister finished speaking, and then there was silence. Silence. A gentle patter of rain. My hands, I realize, are sweating. What the hell is this? I think to myself. Eddie, come on, man, just pull yourself together. But something compels me to remain where I stand. Some unseen force keeps me from taking a step down onto the stairs and descending to the bottom of the floor. "Luis?" I tried calling back, but my voice fails me. It has not projected the way I intended. I clear my throat. Through the back of my mouth is dry. The sensation is an uncomfortable one. "Eddie," comes the reply. "Eddie, come downstairs." "When did you get back?" I managed to call down. "Where's the car?" Silence. "Luis?" I called down again, unsure what else to say. And then, a moment later, around the corner, my sister walks slowly and deliberately into view. She stops at the bottom of the stairs, still shrouded in shadows, and she looks up at me. We hold each other's gaze for a moment, her at the base of the steps and I at the top. She does not speak, and her expression shifted to a wide grin. Her teeth appear very white in the darkness. She makes a quick motion with one of her hands. "Follow," is the implication, and then she turns and walks away slowly back into the kitchen, out of sight. It's not until I cannot see her that her voice comes again. "Come on, Eddie. Come and see what I have to show you." The hairs on the back of my neck all raise in cold alarm. I do not follow. With my jaws clenched and blood frozen in my veins, I make hasty retreat to my room where I close the door shut, perhaps just a little too quickly. The thud of the door into its frame reverberates around the walls. Less than a second later, in the exact same instance, I hear the unmistakable sound of something barreling up the stairs, knocking carelessly into the banister with rapid ascending creaks and clamoring. I cried out loud in terror. With a surge of adrenaline, I grabbed hold of my chest of drawers. I hauled it across the floor into its place, blocking the door. My potted plant falls and lands with a dull thump on my feet, soil spilling across the carpet. My heart hammers into my chest as I stare at the door, tensed and waiting for the handle to start rattling, waiting for something to throw itself against the door from the opposite side. My sister? But none of those things happen. The minutes tick by, excruciating slowly. The sound of a sudden race up the stairs ended as quickly as it began, and with the utmost caution, I tentatively pressed my ear against the wood, listening. Breathing deep, straining to hear for any sign or clues as to what the hell is going on. "Open the door, Eddie," my sister's voice whispered from the other side. I leaped back from the door in horror, fumbling around on my desk for my phone. Too afraid to look away, I grabbed it and tapped in the passcode, shaking my fingers, failing the passcode for the first time. And the second, the thing on the other side door does not knock. It does not try to force its way in. It only repeats itself. Eddie, stop screwing around. Open the door and let me in. I have something to show you. I try calling my mom first. I bring the phone to my ears, shaking. The line is engaged. Come on, Eddie. Open the door. I want to show you something. Luis! I replied at last, my voice trembling. You're freaking me the fuck out! If this is a prank, just stop! Okay? Just stop! Open the door, Eddie. Open it up and let me in. You need to see this. Come with me. Please, if this is a prank, I forgive you. Just stop messing with me. Silence. And then, just come down the stairs. You need to come down the stairs with me. Just follow. Screw this. Next up, I call the police. An overreaction, perhaps, but better safe than sorry. The tones sound through the phone. There's a click. Then,
911, what's your emergency?
I take a deep breath. Hello? 911? Comes through the phone. There's an intruder in my house. I whispered at last, as quietly as I can. Though evidently my sister hears, her voice risen in pitch. I don't think she likes this development. Eddie, you need to open the door. Let me in. You need to open the door. You need to open the door. Let me in. This is really important. Really, really important. Something about the way she says those final words set my teeth on edge. It wasn't slurred as such. Just, I don't know how to describe it, as if the muscle for her speech. I guess we're getting tired. But despite my fear, I do my best to ignore her, and I provide my details to the person on the line. The rain starts hammering down against the glass. The wind picks up too.
Okay, sir.
They say after I told them my location.
A car will be with you shortly. Please stay on the line.
I do so, keeping as far away from the bedroom door as I can, terrified that any moment the person with my sister's voice is going to barge through. Eddie! She shouts, making me jump. Eddie, you need to let me in. You need to come with me. I swear that I hear a car drive past outside, and I turn to look through the rain-washed window. And as I do so, my heart nearly stops in my chest. Down there, at the side of the road, standing in the rain, looking up into my window right at me, is my family. My mom, my dad, and Luis. Just standing in line, hands by their side, staring up at me, staring up into my window. And they were all smiling, all grinning the same chilling grin, looking up at me, unblinking. The police arrived 10 minutes after that, and they had a hell of a time calming me down. I never heard my sister leave from behind a doorway, though the officer said they didn't find anyone. Even though a thorough search of the house, my family outside vanished. After I briefly turned away, 1 minute they were there, and the next, gone. My mother, my real mother, God hopes, nearly had a panic attack of her own when she came home to find the cops parked up outside. Louise had no idea what the hell I was talking about. None of them did. And she insisted she wasn't playing any pranks. She can be annoying at times, but still, I can't really see her doing anything like this. I can't see any of them doing anything like this. I had to wait to see their mouth move in time to their speech before I could even begin to let my guard down also. It's been about a month since this incident. I have a lock on my door now, and I haven't seen or heard of anything quite so terrifying since. But still, I get angsty at night. And hell, who wouldn't? And I tell you what else too. When my family are heading out, and they ask if I want to go along, these days, I say yes.